we can change the world. Together, we can change the world. Together, the power of one, joining with hundreds of millions of people believing in one. The power of one. Don't hang around, stand up or sit down. Just believe we can change the world. Together, we can change the world. Together, we can change the world. Together, power of one. Joining the hundreds of millions of people believing in one. The power of one. Don't hang around, stand up or sit down. Just believe we can change the world. Together, we can change the world. Together, we can change the world. Together, it all begins with me. It all begins with you. It all begins with us. It all begins with
Wow. Let's hear it one more time for them. Thank you so much. Awesome. Well, good morning, and welcome again to Unity of Syracuse. We're so glad you're here, and for you in watching us through live streaming, we are so grateful that you're joining us as well. I'm Nancy Hazard, and I'm your platform assistant today. So let's open today with the reading of today's daily word. Today's daily word is potential. Centered in truth, my spiritual potential is unlimited. The word potential is defined as the inherent capacity for coming into being. In this sense, I embrace the spiritual potential that defines my own being. Whatever limits may appear as this day unfolds, I remember that these are merely expressions of my human consciousness. Spirit is my only truth. Each day offers rich opportunities to deny power to ideas of limitation. And remember the spiritual truth that Paul affirmed in his letter to the Philippians. I can do all things through him who strengthens me. I allow my spiritual potential to manifest through every challenge and experience. By unleashing my divine potential, I dissolve negative energies and become an expression of pure love and infinite possibility. And Philippians 4:13, I can do all things through him who strengthens me. Now, some of you know that I'm kind of deep in the auction, November 10th auction. And just about everything I see or read, whatever, it jumps out, oh, the auction. Well, this reading did that to me. Patsy and JL and I, who are the co-coordinators, had heard through the grapevine that there was some mumblings of folks saying, $20,000, yeah, right, or ha, laughing about it. We need you to recognize the infinite potential, the infinite possibility, the possibilities that rest within each and every one of us in every day, every moment of our lives. Amen. And that obviously, to me, is extending. I'm asking you to extend that to our fundraiser, the auction and raffle and concert. Okay. Yes. Thank you. Now, this is the portion of the service where we would ordinarily have the children join their teachers, for YFM teachers, and go downstairs. However, today is Family Sunday, and the kids will stay up here with us, and we're glad they're here with us. Okay, so now if you would please stand as you're able, and we will read or state the statement of being. It's on the screen. God is all, both visible and invisible. One presence, one mind, one power is all. This one that is all is perfect life, perfect love, and perfect substance. I am individualized to God. I am one with His perfect life, perfect love, and perfect substance. And so now let's greet each other, and again, extend your hand in case somebody isn't into hugging this morning. Oh, please do.
Here we go, you ready? Whoa, I got up this morning singing.
God is so good.
Oh yeah.
I got up this morning singing. God is so good. I got up this morning singing. God is so good.
Whoa,
My God is
Come
so
on, everybody,
good
stand
to
up.
me.
Put your hands together. Oh, I'm feeling good down in my soul, yeah.
God is so good.
Up, up, up. I'm
Feeling good down in my soul, yeah. God is
come
so
on.
good.
Yeah. I'm
Feeling good down in my soul, yeah. God is so good.
Whoa,
My God is so good to me.
Oh, in my time of trouble, I know that
God is so good.
Oh,
In my time of trouble, I know that God is so good.
Oh,
In my time of trouble, I know that God is so good.
Whoa,
My God is so good to me.
Oh, well, in my time of triumph, I know that
God is so good.
Oh, yeah.
In my time of triumph, I know that God is so good.
Oh, yeah.
In my time of triumph, I know that God is so good.
Yeah.
My God is so good to me.
Oh, when this day is over, I'm singing.
God is so good.
Oh, yeah.
When this day is over, I say that God is so good.
Oh,
When this day is over, I say that God is so good.
Whoa,
My God is so good to me.
Oh, in every day, every way.
God is so good.
Yeah.
Every day in every way. God is so good.
Oh, in
Every day in every way. God is so good.
Whoa,
My God is so good to me.
Yeah. Oh, when I take time to praise the Spirit.
God is so good.
Yeah, when I
When I
take
time to praise the Spirit. God is so good.
Oh, let's all
They take time to praise the Spirit. God is so good.
Whoa,
My God is so good to me.
Oh, here we go. Oh,
I got up this morning singing. God is
Come on,
so
I know
good.
you did.
I got up this morning singing. God is so good.
Oh, yeah.
I I got up this morning singing, God is so good.
Whoa,
My God is so good to me.
Oh yeah, my God is so good to me. Okay, here we go. You ready? My God is so
good to me.
My God is so. My God is so good to me.
Oh my goodness. Did that wake you up or what? Awesome. Thank you so much. Oh, loved it. Loved it. And I don't know if you all noticed who was doing the drumming. Our dear Reverend Edith. That was awesome. All right, so now it's time for announcements, and I encourage you to check out the bulletin and check up on everything, but I'm going to highlight a few of them. Today, the community outreach team, headed by Stacy Wright, meets at 12:45 in the green room. YFM is continuing to sell the Delta Sonic Car Wash and interior cleaning tickets downstairs, and there's some other items on the table down there for sale as well. Next Sunday, August 12th, some important things. The town hall meeting is at 12:30, and Ann Wall is promising that it's going to be brief. Prayer Chaplain monthly meeting is at 1:15 to 3 following the town hall meeting. And something that you hadn't heard before, I'm going to invite JL, Cujo, and Patsy Scala to come up for just a moment. We are the co-coordinators, as I think you know, for the auction. We've been meeting a lot, usually every Friday for a couple hours to pull things together. But as we said before, we need you. So, do either of you want to say anything? We just wanted to be sure you knew us, okay? I think you knew Patsy and me, but JL jumped right into it.
I want to say a few words about JL so you know not only who she is, but what she's done. When she was based in New York City, she ran a lot of auctions for not-for-profits. So she has the experience that we need right here to help us. So she's coordinating a lot of the things that we're doing. So you want to just say something so they can hear you talk?
Sure. Good morning, everybody. Thank you. I think the biggest thing is that it's fun. It's fun for us. It's a way to grow our congregation. So don't be stressed about it. We're going to attract everything that we need. So think about places that you go often, people that you meet often, and even if it's not a store, maybe just invite a neighbor to come out and join us. That's all.
They're wonderful to work with, that's for sure. Now, JL mentioned inviting your neighbors, family, friends, whatever. Thanks to Ruth in the office, Ruth Bader, we have a little postcard. It's not the one that may have been handed to you as you came in, but this is a postcard that we're asking you to take and maybe put a little personal note on it from you to that person to invite them to the auction. It's not too early. Get it on their calendars. Okay. And any of you who are considering, maybe I could ask for a donation, but I don't know how, come on downstairs, see one of us, and we can walk you through it. Okay, and again, for each and every one of you, we ask that you cast out any limited thinking and instead open yourself and our congregation, this beautiful family, to infinite possibilities. Okay, now, also, Sunday, August 19, after church, noon to 12 noon, we're joining our friends, our neighbors, for the Valley Ties Community Cookout. It was so much fun last year, and it promises to be just as fun, if not more, this year. So do join that. World Day of Prayer, September 12th and 13th. This is the 25th anniversary for this event. And this year's theme is Courage to Heal, and I'm sure we'll hear more about this as time progresses. Oh, and before I forget it, Dana found this cell phone. Whose is it? Okay, Carol, we'll get it to you. Okay, now, today, of course, as we said, is Family Sunday. And so we are going to have someone from the YFM Youth and Family Ministry come up. Oh, okay. It's not yours, okay. Somebody else has their phone here. I should have known, Sally. Okay, so Sophia's coming up to help us with the power of the month. Hey, sweetheart. Are you talking to this? Okay.
Morning, everybody. Can you sit in front?
Sophia and Natalie.
I'll say the power of the month is
Will,
the disciple,
Matthew,
color,
Silver,
and location.
center of the brain.
Thank you.
All right, thanks. And of course, this is the first service this month, so anybody who has a birthday in the month of August, would you please stand so we can honor you? Oh, Patsy, Ray, Marty, Sophia. Great. And now I would like to warmly welcome our guests. Is there anyone visiting us for the second or third time, or maybe returning after a long time away from here? Anybody here for the second or third time? No? Okay. Anybody here new? I didn't see any new faces, but, oh, okay. Wonderful. Thank you for joining us. Please keep your hands up. Okay, and our usher will bring you a little gift, and Reverend Edith will acknowledge you here as well. Okay, so the gift you're being given is a candle. That candle represents the Christ light within you, and we trust that when you burn that candle, you will recognize, remember just who you truly are, honoring the Christ within you, and hopefully remembering us. Okay. Thank you for being here, and please join us downstairs for some goodies. I saw some really good stuff down there. There is a form attached. I think you got a little booklet or an envelope. We'd appreciate you filling that out. You take that to the bookstore, and you'll get an additional gift as well. Okay, now on the screen you can see our 5 basic principles. The key to unity. These are our 5 basic principles, and is there one or two of you who might like to share in a few minutes how one of these has surfaced this week for you? Anybody? Carol? Wait for the microphone, please.
Well, I've always noticed that a lot of times when it comes to our celebration team, we kind of fly by the seat of our pants sometimes because things happen and stuff goes wrong. But I don't care. You know, we get up there and we do it anyway. And I just say, you let go, let God, because what will be, will be. And I just want to say we should all believe that way because that's really how it is. Thank you.
Thank you, Carol. Anybody else want to share? Back there, EJ.
Hi, yes, mine is number 4. There is power in affirmative prayer. I ran into one of my friends I haven't seen since, I say, 13, 14 years old, and we 32 now, and she just was going through a lot. And I was like, the only thing I can do with you is pray for you. I was like, I have nothing else to give. And in the process of us praying, she starts crying. She like, for us to be on the same road, but we in different paths. And I had said, you can get on the same path that I am. And she's trying to open up, you know, and I told her, like, she's watching a live stream, so I just wanted to recognize her trying, period.
Thank you, Carol. Thank you, Rose. It was wonderful. Okay, now is the prayer portion of the service, and will the prayer chaplain serving today please stand? We have Koswa and Stacy, and one of them will be up here, and one will be downstairs in the fellowship hall. And please do take advantage of the opportunity to pray with them. And as a general reminder, our prayer chaplains are led to pray with you for up to 2 minutes. We don't need to hear a lot of background info, just the basics of what's happening and what you'd like to pray on. And that's all we need to take it into spirit and say what comes to us. Okay, and every Sunday, you may already know we have silent time for meditation from 10:30 to 10:45. From 10:45 to 10:55, prayer chaplains are available to pray here, and again, obviously, after the service. So at this time, we bless all prayer intentions. Now remember that Unity was founded on prayer. It's what we're all about. At Silent Unity, prayer has been continuous for over 125 years. If you've not yet placed your prayer intention in the box, simply hold it in your heart, and you're welcome to put a prayer request in there after the service. Prayer intentions are held in prayer here and in confidence for 30 days. Nobody reads them. Then we mail them to Silent Unity, where they're again held in prayer for an additional 30 days. Okay.
Take a deep breath in, and as you are breathing it in, you are breathing in peace, you are breathing in joy, you are breathing in love and laughter. You are breathing in harmony with each and every individual next to you and those you don't even see or know. Because we are all prayers. We wake up in the morning, we go to sleep at night, and we wake up again, surrounded by prayer, surrounded by love, surrounded by opportunity, and that includes prosperity and abundance. It includes love and light. It includes healing and energy. It includes blessings, because we are all a blessing and we are all blessed. Each prayer in this prayer box and those that we are holding close to our heart will be fulfilled in the manner in which it is supposed to be. It will show us and give us opportunity to maybe grow through things, and also opportunity to just say yes. And so as we put the prayer box over where it will sit, we will know that sitting deep within our souls and deep within our hearts is this moment for all of us to just be, and for all of us to continuously stand in love. Amen.
Now is time for our meditative part of this service. I invite you to close your eyes as I am. And if you have not and are not comfortable closing your eyes, I simply invite you to focus on one spot in this room. Perhaps it's the Christ candle, perhaps it's just in front of your lap. For we affirm that there is no spot where God is not. So simply relax. Relaxing into the seat where you're sitting, even more fully. Letting God, letting go. Letting God and letting go. Releasing, 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 releasing while we go deeper. Deeper into the recesses of our own beingness, where there is this light that shines brightly as us. So imagine just for a moment that there is this light. And imagine that the light is just above your head, your whole head, encircling your head, your neck, and your upper torso. And imagine it is bright as the 90-degree sun without it being too hot. And that light is radiating, for it is radiating from the love that is within you. It radiates down through the top of your head, moving down through your neck, resting at the heart space. And imagine that the heat of that light is illuminating your heart in a way that perhaps has you feel warm and cozy, like a great hug, or sitting in an easy chair, just resting. And we affirm that that light that is resonating in your heart, it can't stop there. It is beating out to every part of your body, to the tippy tips of your fingers, down to the tippy tips of your toes. Nourishing, revitalizing, renewing our body temple. And as we allow this feeling of warmth and light and love to sit in our body, we join ourselves together in this sense of at one-ment. At one we are. Taking a little journey within, even deeper, joining our own hearts and minds together as one. We allow ourselves to go deeper and take these words: I am willing to go deeper. I am willing to go deeper. I am willing to go deeper. In the silence, we join our hearts and minds, our full selves, together as one beingness. In the silence, we go deeper together. I am willing to go deeper. I am willing to go deeper. And in this expanded state of awareness, we bring into our hearts and minds all of the prayer intentions which have been placed in our prayer box, and those intentions that may be placed in the box after service today. We also bring to the space anyone who you may know that is in the pursuit of happiness, perhaps as yourself, or anyone with a seeming challenge of some sort. We bring them to this space, but we know that in this space, all is possible. All is possible. And we hold it the highest and the best for all. In this moment, we are one, and so it is. Amen.
This only love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. There is one in this place. I remember who I am. Willing, clear, and quiet, far away from me. I open my eyes and see. There is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. When I lose myself and it seems I've lost my way, and I know inside and quiet my mind, I can hear Spirit gently say, there is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. There is only peace. There is only peace. Peace that heals, peace that sets us free. There is only
senior minister here on this first Sunday in August, and welcome to our guests and those who've been here a long time. I think it's my hair. I'm gonna try it like this, Tommy, be okay? I do like this. This is like up on my neck. And guess what? It's Family Sunday. Okay, we got B2 going on. Hi, folks. Okay, so the name of this book, and I'm going to have to do this, or you might have to help me hold this mic, okay? Who wants to get up really close to me? Come on over here. Come on, over here. You've got to hold it right here, okay? Like this. Here, right there. There you go. Come closer. I'm not going to bite or nothing. Maybe. You think I'd bite? You look like you taste really good. Yeah, I used to eat my kids when they were little all the time. That's why I look so beautiful. So the title of my book today is Beautiful Moon, and you can see it up there on the screen. And here is how it goes. I'm trying to do this with this mic, my head cocked over to the side. Okay. And it's by Don Jeffers, illustrated by Bonnie Leek. Here we go. Here we go, kids. No kids at heart down here? Where's Jill? Okay. Come on over here. Yeah. Okay. The sun sets. The grass is cool. I look into the dark indigo night and set the glow of the beautiful moon. See? It's really pretty. The little girl, she's got her feet up, no shoes on. Don't you like that? But I am restless in the darkness. There is still so much to do. I need a day that never ends. The moon flashes a smile in a wink, just like that. In a wink, the sky begins to peel away. I take an edge of the nighttime sky. I pull in until the sky is full of light. The sun wraps its warmth around me. So what she did in this book is she pulls the darkness out of the sky. And can you see that? There's the darkness right there, as if it's a blue blanket, if you imagine that. And so it's sitting down at her feet. And now it's daytime. So this is what she does. She says, I run and swim and eat and play. So she's doing cartwheels, kind of like you guys were doing last week, remember, in the yard? We did spirit says I, spirit may I, like mother may I, spirit may I. So someone said, Spirit, may I do a cartwheel? Isn't it interesting? We end up with a book with cartwheels. I know, you remember, Curtis? Yeah. Birds chirp, animals roam, flowers stretch in the sunlight. And she's having a hoot of a time. She's on a bike, her arms are high. I wonder why she wouldn't fall. Okay, just a thought. Her arms are not on the bike, the handlebars. I play until I'm tired. I'm too tired to go on. I sit to rest and look around me. Something is very wrong. Oh my goodness, the trees hang low from too much sun. The grass turns brown in the constant heat, and I'm tired but can't get no rest. I always wanted a day that never ended, but now I know better. Nighttime is the time for rest, a time to gain energy for a new day. The sun smiles. In a wink, the bright sky turns back into a blanket of indigo. Here's the moon. The moon smiles, and in a wink, The stars sparkle, the animals rest, the trees and flowers cool. The sun sets, the grass is cool. I look into the dark indigo night and see the glow of the beautiful moon. Life is as it should be, just me and my beautiful moon. That's the end. Thank you. Thank you very much. Y'all can go sit down now. Thank you. I'm going to gently move this out of the way. Just going to move it like that. There we go. Oh, wow. What a wonderful little book, right? So that book, the little girl, she you know what she was doing? She was actually commanding her now. She was creating a space for herself. You know, when she commanded the sun to stay and the day to be day and no night and all of that, she was using that, you know, in our principles where it says our thoughts create our world. She created her world in an instant. But then she realized something was wrong with what she had done, and she was stopped by it after she played all day long. Or maybe she played for days and didn't even know that it had gotten dark because there was no balance. When she was stopped in her tracks, she was able to know that there is something about her that could create. And when she was stopped, she was able to open her mind and her heart even more. You're going to have to help me and be with me. Be with me, okay? In this book that we're reading, The Endless Journey, Mark Naples says that it's often the moments we're forced to stop that introduce us to the aspects of life that matters. Can you give me a next slide, Tommy B? Thank you. It's often the moments we're forced to stop that introduce us to the aspects of life that matters. So when she was stopped, she was able to open her heart. She was able to really realize that she had everything she needed, that she needed to have balance, and she realized and discovered what really matters for her, which is her own self, and of course, the beautiful moon. But have you ever wanted something so bad that you were willing to do anything to get it? Like the little girl. I want sun, I want daytime, I want to have fun, I. You know, balance is what's necessary, and she needed to realize and discover that she already had what she was looking for. Charles Fillmore, our co-founder of Unity, says in his book, Jesus Christ Heals, that realization means at-one-ment, completion, perfection, wholeness, repose, and resting in God. I'm going to give you a few definitions of some of those words because it can help us see where we're going today. When you look at that at-one-ment, of course, it's split up, which is lovely, and the reason why is at-one-ment means at one. We are one. Completion is how we get to complete things throughout our day. We wake up, we start every single day, and at night we complete so that then we can rest and then start again. I looked up in the dictionary the word perfection. The word perfection is not what we have tended to think, that imperfect, you have to have everything right and it has to go right and all that. Perfection means the condition, state, or quality of being free. Of being free. It means that we are complete in it, in our freedom from that. It is also derived from Latin, the Latin language, which means finished. So it's just completion, completion, completion. It's not that we have to look at it like, oh my God, every single thing has to be right. And yet, when we look at these words, it brings us to the word wholesome or wholeness. And that indicates that we are already whole. We have what we need, for we are resting in God, as it says at the end of that quote from Charles Fillmore. But what about when we want something so bad that we can taste it? You know, kind of like the grapes you have in your cup. Everyone have one of those grapes? Everyone have one? You still have it? Did anybody eat it already? Well, if you did eat it, but don't. If you did eat it, though, it's nothing wrong. It's totally okay. Don't worry. But if you think about taking the bite of the grape, and don't take the bite of the grape, but look at the grape. Take it out and look at it. Look at that grape for a moment. Isn't it beautiful? It's the one you chose. It is the one you chose. You had 3 different colors, and I don't know if you know, but they all taste the same. But I ate one of each just to see. I chose the pink one because I have on pink and silver, the color of the month, silver or gray. But in the anticipation of that, doesn't your mouth water just a little bit? Just like the little girl wanted the day now. But what if you wanted something to eat and you had no food? You didn't know where your next meal was going to be. Well, I want to tell you a little story about a guy named Chris. When he was a little guy, he was watching March Madness. Some of you who like basketball know what I'm talking about. And in March Madness, he was sitting in his living room, and he heard the commentators say that these 2 particular players, that one day they were going to have a whole lot of money, like an abundance of money. They were going to be rich and famous and, you know, all that fame and fortune stuff. And he heard himself say these words, wow, one day those guys are going to make $1 million. Well, Chris's mom was sitting in the kitchen just a little ways away. Chris was all by himself, by the way, when he said this. And she yells says very loudly from the kitchen so he could hear her. She said, son, if you want to, one day you can make $1 million. That was one of the most defining moments of 2 for Mr. Chris. He was not only stunned, he was shocked that his mother would say those words to him as a little boy, living on poverty's edge. But he heard them, and he let them sit with him. Chris went through his life, became an adult, and one day he was walking. Get this picture. He's got a stroller, pushing a stroller in one hand. He has one of 2 suits that he owns. He's wearing it. The other suit is over his shoulder in a plastic garment bag. And under his arm is a briefcase. Chris is homeless. How can a homeless person run around looking like that? He was in a pursuit for happiness, but he didn't know how to get there. And he had fallen on harm's way. One day, in this other defining moment for Chris, he saw this guy in a red Ferrari. You know what a Ferrari is, right? Or if you don't, it's just a really, really nice car. It costs a lot of money. I don't know how much, but I could guess maybe $100,000 or something like that. More. Couple of 100,000. Well, whatever it is, I don't have one. But, you know, if you want to give me a present, my birthday's in January. I'll take. But really, seriously, a Ferrari would be way too small. I'm just way taller than that. Okay. But he saw this Ferrari, and he walks up to the guy, and he asked the guy, I got 2 questions for you. Where did you get that, and what do you do for a living? The guy told him, he said, I'm a stockbroker. Right, stockbroker. So Chris took that in, and he got a little bit excited about this guy with a red Ferrari and being a stockbroker. And he started doing things that led him on a path that he ended up becoming a stockbroker himself. Today, Chris has a multi-million-dollar brokerage firm. And this is his book, The Pursuit of Happiness. And it was made into a movie starring Will Smith. Now, in the book, sometimes when we have books will say things differently than the movie because the movie is trying to, you know, they want you to come spend your money. But in the book, there was a lot of different things that Chris said and saw. And, yeah, there we go. And what he realized is that planting a belief in him, he realized he could attain whatever goals he set for himself. So I left it in the I statement on the next slide, please, so that we could say that for ourselves as he did. Planted a belief in me that I could attain whatever goals I set for myself. This comes from that particular book. But is it possible, really? Is it possible for all of us, even if we've already achieved the goals that we had for ourselves, to dare to achieve even more? Absolutely. Absolutely. But now he does not have to worry. Just like the little girl when she figured out that it needed to be day and night, she doesn't have to worry about how can I make my days longer, just be part of life as life is. In the Bible, our Bible verse assists us with what I'm talking about. It comes from Matthew chapter 6 and 34, and it says, so do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will bring worries of its own. Today's trouble is enough for today. In other words, live one day at a time. Live one day at a time. And before verse 34, on verse 25, is the whole section about do not worry. It says, do not worry about your life. So we're talking about today, my friends, practicing living life. How do we practice living life even when things show up? Well, this month, the month of August, for the whole month, we get to look at the spiritual power of will. And will is how we use our life, our words, our action, and reactions in making demonstrations. How willful are we? How willing are we? Am I willing to explore? Am I willing to exist? Am I willing to look at what's possible for me? But it's all about our life. You see, with life, metaphysically, it means that period between birth and death. But guess what? We're always dying daily. I've said this before, that our skin is shedding right now. You can't see it because it's kind of microscopic and all, but it just does. And I heard that every 7 years, our whole skin It's gone, and we've got a whole new one. Even though we don't realize it, that we have this life force that's moving in through and as us, that's moving us forward toward each day. But we get a chance to decide which way we want it. In the endless practice, next slide, please. Mark Nepo says, we live by two divining sights. I meant to put that like that because that's what he wrote in the book. We live by two divining sights. The one that keeps moving no matter what is taken away, and the one that accepts everything as a blessing. Don't you know that your life is a blessing? Do you know that? Don't you know that each moment in each day, we have the opportunity to create an amazing life? That we get to live life the way life shows up on life's terms. That even when things happen, like Chris becoming homeless with his child and becoming a single dad, he didn't know he was going to be a single dad. But he remembered what his mother told him, that you could make $1 million. Now, I bet that there's a whole bunch of you that's thinking, I couldn't do that. Well, some of you are old enough that I could safely say you've made $1 million in your life. If you add up every single year of what you made, like your gross, yeah, that's the one before taxes, right? Okay, your gross amount, and you added that up for 20 years or something like that, you've done it. You already have been a millionaire. But we don't think about it like that. We think like I don't have $1 million in my bank account. Yeah. Would you still be here if you had $1 million in your bank account? I like that. Yes, yes. Yeah, I'll take that. But we seem to limit ourselves by the way we think. We tend to think that it's not possible for me. Oh, yeah, but, only if, what about this? I'll give you a whole bunch of reasons why I can't do that. But when we become willing to open our heart, we're able to see the possibility. Just like that declaration that I made about the auction. And I know people are talking. They were talking the moment I said it. I felt my ear was itching, as they say somewhere. But anything is possible. If Chris Gardner is his name, could go from being a homeless man with only 2 suits, one on his body and one across his shoulder, could go from homelessness, sometimes sleeping in substation bathrooms, to being a multi-million-dollar millionaire or something. Really? Yeah, it's possible for any of us to achieve the dreams that we want. So I want you to take that grape. Let's take it out. This represents your dreams. This represents what's possible for us, a little old grape. But you listened, I think, and didn't eat it yet. But when you pick it up and look at it and turn it around and notice that it's not perfect, is it? Well, what we call perfect, but it was perfectly made. We are perfectly made. We have some things that we don't like sometimes. Mine has a little hole in it it's got a little slit. I don't know why. Yeah, from the stem. Thank you. But I would think if I was taking it off the stem, I wouldn't want to have a little slit because maybe something could happen to it. I don't know. But if we think that this is like us, and that sometimes all we have to do is pause and wait. Sometimes all we have to do is notice that we are very much like this. Not quite what we call perfect, but knowing that we're perfectly made. And savoring in the look of it, and maybe your mouth watering even more because you really want to take a bite, don't you? So I'd like you to take just a teeny weeny bite, a little one. And don't swallow. If you swallow, take another teeny bite and don't swallow. And if you have a seed in a red grape, just spit it in your cup. That's why you have it. And just savor it on your tongue. Taste the flavor. Satiating your whole body. In the same way that the spirit that lives within you is satiating you in every moment of every day. And now chew it really slowly. Kind of pulverizing it until it's kind of mush. And then and only then swallow. What did that feel like? It felt good, didn't it? And this is how we can approach life. Allowing those times, you can finish the rest of it if you like, allowing those times when it's so close in our mind, in the thought that we make, that is so close in the thought that we make, that we want it now. Give it to me now, give it to me now, give it to me now. And sometimes just waiting for that moment and noticing the perfection in the imperfection brings us that happiness in our pursuit of happiness. That each of us have the ability to function like we did as we ate a little piece of that grape. That it's always right in front of us, ready to pour us out a blessing. You know, we can accept everything as a blessing, even that one grape. There's probably more downstairs if you want some later. Now, Stephen King says, you either get busy living or get busy dying. I want to live. What about you? You want to live? I want to live. What about you in the back? I want to live. I want to live this life to the fullest that it wants to give me. And I don't know what it is, and it's okay. Because I am the grape. Ready, willing, and willing to pour us all out a blessing. And sometimes we just need to go a little deeper. Mark Nepo says, our work is to stay thoroughly human, not to perfect our way out of it. You don't want to be human, right? He said, I admit I've lost years to refining myself when I've needed to deepen myself. Life is for the deepening. Life is for us to show up every day knowing that this day is the best day. Not tomorrow, not last month, not next year, right now. Because that bite that you took out of that grape is not the bite that you'll take downstairs. Because this bite was the most important one. And so our lesson for today is showing us how to practice living a life that we love. To practice living a life that we love. And to be in it and be with it. So our affirmation for today can assist you throughout the week with getting deeper in the ability to love ourselves even more. And here it goes. I am willing to go deeper and experience a life of love already within me. Want to affirm that with me, please? I am willing to go deeper and experience a life of love already. Say that again, please. I am willing to go deeper and experience a life of love already within me. So I want you to notice those words and allow them to resonate through your whole body temple in this moment. Knowing that we don't have to worry about anything. That we have the life we love right now. And we take a gentle breath as if we're breathing again into our heart space. Directing the life force, the breath of God, to move into our heart, radiating out from our heart, allowing us to be open and willing to receive more love. Receive it. Receive the love. Receive it. Receive it. And now if you could say that affirmation with me one more time, knowing that we are receiving and giving love together as one right now. Together, please. I am willing to go deeper and experience a life of love I already am. And so it is. And so we simply allow it. Amen. And namaste. And now it's time for our tithes, love offerings, and gifts. We take our love offering and love it and bless it and know that in whatever form that we give, that it comes back to us tenfold. We have people who are live streaming. You can push the donate button and donate that way, or send their donation in the mail. We have people who do automatic giving, which means they have in their checking account, they go in and do bill pay. I'm actually thinking about doing that myself, because don't you ever go to church, you give your money, and then sometimes you're not there, and then you forget you didn't give it, but you wish you had? So I'm thinking about doing bill pay, like some people who do it now. I'll talk to you about it again. But I'm thinking about doing that so that automatically the amount that I want to donate to the church every week happens even when I'm not here. So just something for you to think about. If you ever want to do that and you don't know how, we could have people back there assisting you with their, we got several different computers and whatnot that we could bring out and show you without looking at your account, just showing you how to set it up. But we give in so many ways these days, credit card machine downstairs, your checks, your cash, and we are just affirming those money substances in the many ways that they come. And so we have our love offering blessing on the screen. Let's say it together, please. Divine love, as me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you, God. You are my source. Yes, yes.
There is only love, love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. There is only love. There is only love, love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. There is only love. There is only
Thank you, Miss Sally Dosage Bloom. There really is only love, you know? And if it's not love, then it's a call for love. How many of us are calling for love right now? I'm guessing that with this service that we've been able to fill it and perhaps even been able to give some away. I know you're wondering, what does Gandhi have to say today? Here's what he says. In a gentle way, you can shake the world. You can do it with love. So we take a moment to, I hear you. I hear those of you rubbing your hands together. So that love we've been generating in our body, people rub their hands together and cause that love is flowing from their heart through their hands to bless this money substance and bless all the many ways that we give to this church and to our own lives. We pray. God, the good omniscience, we're so grateful for this day. We're grateful for the abundant ways that it shows up for us, that each of us are able to experience love on a deeper level, that we're able to realize our at-one-ment with each other, that there is nothing that can stop us from anything that we do in our pursuit of happiness. May each of us be happy, joyous, and free, able to live the life we love in many, many varied ways. We give thanks for the giver. We give thanks for the gift. We give thanks for those who have given by sitting in the sanctuary, by being on our live stream, listening to it, watching it later throughout their day and week. We give thanks for the moving, living, moving embodiment of the Christ as all of us. And we simply allow it to be us. And so it is. And so we let it be. Amen. And since the children are already here, we don't have to welcome them, but we welcome them. We've already done that. But what we will do is our children's blessing. We're starting our closing. So, and know that when we say this, we're not talking about just the children here. We're talking about all of our children wherever they are. The children of the world, we are creating that world for them by loving them up. So if you could say this children's blessing and affirmation with me, please, together. We bless our children wherever they are. We see them surrounded by love and light throughout the week. We have a thriving, expanded youth and family ministry. Yes, we do. And if you could stand, please, for our closing time with our prayer for protection together. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. And the peace song, everybody.
Let